Today we're talking to St Albans City manager Ian Allinson in the wilds of Essex, where the Saints have gone down to a 3-2 National League South defeat to Billericay Town at Bluntswall Road. 3-2 sounds exciting and close, Ian, and it certainly was close. I think most City supporters seem to agree that was our best performance of the season so far, so disappointing not to get something from it.
Yeah, I think you're right, David. I stand here now and look at what we've done today in terms of the way we've gone about our game, and I'm over the moon with it. I'm just disappointed. I felt that the goals we give away were poor goals. I didn't think we defended well enough. And the last goal for me was really criminal, that we've been out-bullied by their two centre forwards and the two big centre halves who have been excellent again today, and they've dealt with Reed in the first half really well, and they've been bullied by two smaller players in the last couple of minutes, and it's cost us the game. And it's frustrating because we've created some great chances today, played some lovely football, but unfortunately we picked nothing up for it.
Not for the first time. We started slowly, we were a goal down in 8 minutes. It took us a fair while to really get into the game. Then Darren Foxey had a chance, headed against the post. Joey Schifano equalised. No, he didn't. Reece Williamson equalised. We went behind again, then Joe got us level again, and we looked up for it.
And we still had some good chances in between that. I mean, that was the good thing about it, is that we showed great character, and that's the good thing about it. If we was going behind and not showing some character, I'd start to be panicking at the moment. But we need to start winning some games of football. At the moment, we've had 6 games and 3 draws and 3 defeats, and for me, that's not good enough. I just spoke to the players at length there. Now we need to prepare and plan properly for Monday, but we've got to start winning some games of football. First and foremost, we've got to keep some clean sheets. We've created a load of chances today, which is probably the most we've created all season, which is good, because I felt in the previous 5 games we hadn't really created many chances, where we've created chances today. And like you say, at 0-0, I think it was 0-0, or was it 1-0, that Darren's had a great chance to put us in front there, and he's a yard out with no one near him, and he's headed it against the post. And they're the little things that you need to go for you, and if he scores that, maybe a different game. But we go back to Dorking last week, we've hit the post, Dartford early part of the season. We can't keep looking over old ground, but there's little instances there that could have changed the game. But for me, the biggest disappointment was with 5 minutes to go. We're on top, I felt. They were causing us some problems on the counter-attack, but I always felt we might get something out of it, and we've been outdone and out-bullied by 2 smaller guys, and that was disappointing.
Well, Darren had another chance at 2-2 there, and maybe dallied a bit too long on his shot, and Ronnie Henry got across and blocked it. But I felt just before they got their 3rd goal, we were keeping possession really well, playing across the park, frustrating them. And then when we went 3-2 behind, Taylor Miles had a chance with a header, Sam Merson got behind and had a chance. We could have saved it.
And David Noble had a shot from the 18-yard box and went over the crossbar, so we created 3 great chances after going 3-2 down with 5 minutes to go. But as I say, I'm disappointed with the goals we conceded. I'm really pleased with the effort the players have put in on a really difficult, hot afternoon. We played some lovely football. The thing is, at the moment, we've got some really good players at this football club, but as a side of it, that we're not quite right, and there's stuff that I've got to work on. They're things that as a club we have to work on in terms of the playing side, but we've got to work on it quick, because we can't keep making excuses. We can't keep standing here and saying we played well and we got beat. We have to do something about it, and it's a shame if the personnel we got here aren't good enough at the moment. Then we will at some stage have to look to change some personnel. I don't want to, because I think we've got some excellent footballers here. But we've got to start winning games of football. We've got to start keeping clean sheets, and we've got to demand it from each other. We demand it from the players. I think that the players have got to demand it from themselves as well, and from their teammates. And at the moment, we seem all very happy in there. We're all quite nice and close together, and it's a good team spirit. But I think we need 1 or 2 ugly players and 1 or 2 horrible players in terms that are going to get to grips with 1 or 2 of the players and demand a bit more. You can't keep coming from Glenn and myself from the sidelines. The players have got to demand it more from themselves. So they're all the things that we're looking at the moment, and they're all the things we've got to try and improve on, because I don't want this feeling on a Saturday that I'm really pleased with the way we've played, and I'm proud of the way we played, but I've got a horrible stomach feeling that because we've got beat, it sits there for the next 24, 48 hours, and I can't allow that to happen, because we've got to plan and prepare now for Concord on Monday.
You did make one change to the starting lineup here, and you brought in Reece Williamson, and certainly attacking wise that totally paid off. He got 1 goal. He created lots of problems for them, but only when he switched over to the other wing, over to the left wing, because you started him on the right, of course.
Yeah, as I said, I'm quite comfortable with our wide men to do what they want to do, and if they want to switch round. So, I was pleased for Reece, because he sat on the sidelines. He has been a bit frustrated, and we know before. He got 15 goals for us 2 years ago, so we know what he can do, and he's repaid that today. And he's unlucky he's not had another one. I think that Julian's made a great save in the second half to keep him out. He's had 2 opportunities that have gone past the post where, I expect him to try and hit the target there. But so he's created 3 or 4 chances. He's been involved with the second goal in terms of what he's done. So his contribution was really good today. But we expect that every single time. But I thought there was a couple of times he switched off and Ben Nunn got in behind him, and it's cost us. It's cost us a couple of goals, especially the first one. It's cost us quite dearly in terms of their player. I felt the left back wanted it more than Reece, and the second goal Ben Nunn's got in behind him. So it's difficult because you can't expect him to do both sides of the game. We know with Reece he's more of a forward player and he will create chances for us. So as I say, disappointing, but we've got to try and rebuild again and start again.
Obviously, David Noble's finishing was a bit disappointing today, but really good getting 90 minutes out of him. I guess he'll be struggling for Monday, right?
Well, we'll have to see. At the moment, when David plays, I think our performances are significantly better than when he doesn't play. So, I've got to see where we are with him in the next couple of days. I say by tomorrow, really. I'll speak to him tomorrow. He's had a good stretch there now, but hopefully we can get the stiffness and the soreness out of him and see where we are with it in terms for Monday.
As you said, we are now bottom of the table. Billericay moved up to 3rd. It's certainly not where we wanted to be or expected to be after 6 games.
No, not at all. And as I say, we have to take full responsibility of it. The side of it that we don't want exactly, and we've got to be careful we don't put too much pressure on the players because we don't want them to fold on us. We want them to express themselves, but there's some areas that we have to, as a football club, in terms of the playing side of it, have to do better, and one of them is to defend better. We need to defend for our lives. We need a goalie to defend for his life. We need a back four to defend the life. Midfield and the forwards have all got to defend, and if they do that side of it, the problem today, we've had probably the best attacking side we've had out in terms of what we've done, but we couldn't keep a clean sheet. So, we can go and score goals and look like we've got goals in us, but if we can't keep clean sheets, then it's a frustration because it's great playing well and it's great having so many chances, but we've conceded 3 goals and still got beat. So we played worse than that this year and still got beat. So we have to look at all the options and try and bring some personnel in, which will improve us if we can't do it with the guys we've got here, which will be a shame because I like the guys. I think we've got a great squad. Technically in training, they're unbelievable, but you've seen today some of the stuff we've played and the way we've gone about our business has been excellent, but sometimes you have to go and win ugly, and we haven't got it in us at the moment to go and win ugly.
Concord Rangers at home on Bank Holiday Monday. They got off to a flying start of the season, but they've slipped back a bit recently, lost again at home today. Imagine their confidence has taken a little bit of a knock. We've got to try and build on what we did today and knock it theirs a bit further.
Well, exactly. I mean, they're in the same situation in terms of, they've played today. We've got to look at the squad in terms of, can we bring some fresh blood into on Monday? Not really, in terms of we've had a full 16 who's fit today, so we'll have to just take stock. We've got them in reasonably early on Monday just to see who's fit. Tom Bender was feeling a little bit sick in the second half. I don't know whether it's the heat or he had a bit of a heat stroke, but we'll see how he was. But he's managed to get through the 90 minutes, but he was struggling in the last 15-20 minutes. But we'll see where we are. As I say, we've created some great stuff going forward, but defensively we've not quite been good enough.
Where I was in the gantry, we were in the shade all day. It was warm enough up there, so it's a credit to both sides to play at that tempo in this heat.
Yeah, it is, and as I say, it was an open game in terms of where we are, what we're doing. But as I say, we need to improve. There's lots of things we need to do better, and the one thing we have to do is go and win some games of football.
Lovely, thanks very much, Ian. We'll see you again on Monday then. That's 26th of August when Concord Rangers are the visitors to Clarence Park. National League South. Kick-off is at 3 p.m.